Leonard stood in front of Duran, looking to put him down.
Here we go.
But Duran built his legend by standing in the pocket.
Birdie, Leonard is flat-footed. He did not come out to dance. He wants to go toe-to-toe with him. He's flat-footed. Oh, he took a hard one. But he hit him back. Leonard wants to trade with him.
Calm and aggressiveness.
Duran is willing to oblige. Leonard is not backing off. Leonard is not running. He wants to exchange with Duran.
Second round drives him across the ring. Gives him a whooping.
He came out like a man who was not going to lose, and you saw it, and he was ferocious.
Especially when you imagine, I was gonna say like an underdog. I couldn't even say it, like being the underdog this
as a professional. Leonard still stays flat-footed with him. Unbelievable. Duran working on him again.
He almost bullied Sugar Ray.
Duran working on that body, and that's going to cost Ray. Because if Ray doesn't get out of there, he's going to get his ribs broken. Why would they want Leonard to take him inside?
What ensued was a back and forth war.
And it was an incredible 15 rounds. No knockdowns. I don't think there was any blood. But it was magnificent.
Because Sugar is starting to fight off the ropes.
And pretty soon, it went from boxing match to a fight.
Incredible fight. Not what we expected at all. I figured it'd be a dancing Leonard, but he wants to beat Duran at Duran's kind of fight. I tell you one thing, it is an even fight, and it's so subjective.
Two icons of boxing at the peak of their powers.
Going back at it.
Men, the height of their skills, and they put on a tremendous fight.
When they talk about great fights, this is what I see.
In boxing terms, they call this a war. 24 seconds remaining.
No way he did that!
There was no doubt who had taken the night.
Even ringside, spectators, even the press is up on its feet.
Was a
Champion del mundo.
He got beat by Roberto Duran, who was a lightweight.
Hands of Stone had defeated the previously undefeated Sugar Ray Leonard to become the welterweight champion of the world.
I got so much goosebumps in my whole body.
The new champ signed autographs, talked to friends in Midtown Manhattan. Roberto Duran, hero and giant killer.
Don't come around now. Don't come around now. We know what you guys.
He won the first fight with Sugar Ray. He was on top of the world. He was the king. He went out and started doing what he does when he's not fighting. Partying, eating, drinking.
How much did he blow up, would you say?
I forget, I think he was close to 40 pounds.
And so Ray demanded that the rematch be in 6 weeks. So, you know, Duran is in New York just partying it up for like 3 weeks. They call him from Panama, say, hey, you gotta come and train, you're fighting in 3 weeks. And he was close to 200 pounds.
From Roberto comes and making that little bit of money, fighting as a lightweight for all them years and not making millions, he wasn't going to pass it up.
But this guy gains weight and loses weight faster than anybody this side of Tommy Lasorda.
He was out of training. After a fight, he put on tremendous amounts of weight. I mean, 30, 40 pounds over what he should be fighting at.
He doesn't like to train anymore. He sometimes appeared listless, even uncoordinated.
Unable to pass up the massive payday, Duran took a fight he knew he couldn't properly prepare for.
He fluctuates in weight so badly. Back in October, Roberto Duran may have weighed as much as 190 pounds.
But he catches a right and left, lands all right. That's the Sugar Ray Leonard punch that drew the crowd. These two men do not like each other.
This time, Leonard danced.
What I heard, he was up to pretty close to 200 pounds, from 147 to 200.
Leonard came to fight then, as you said, Larry, confidence personified.
Very confident. And if he can do this for 15 rounds, then you have a new champion.
Preying on Duran's lack of conditioning, Leonard made a joke of the fight.
Oh yeah, I remember this, I think.
He showboated and mocked hands of stone.
Doing a little dodging now and a little Ali. He's taunting Duran.
As the fight progressed, Duran knew he was simply in no shape to fight.
And he's got Duran openly, not just furious, but puzzled. He is taunting.
Oh my God!
Duran troubled by the movement.
He said when the Sugar Ray started clowning around,
it's not enough.
He said, that's it. There's going to be a third fight. And in the third fight, I'm going to be the real me again.
The infamous moment.
And what's happening? Duran says no.
No mas.
I think he's quitting.
No mas.
He said no more. And then he did it a second time.
I don't understand.
He's saying no, he quit.
I don't understand it.
I think Duran quit.
I don't understand it.
Duran has quit. Roberto Duran has quit.
Angry at being made to look the fool, Duran uttered the famous words and quit.
I hold no respect for him as far as a man's concerned. I respect him as a fighter, don't get me wrong. I respect him as a fighter and as his accomplishments, his credentials. But as a man, I can't.
He wanted to win fairly.
Daban piedras a la casa, insultaban a Roberto, que era un vendido, que esto y que el otro.
It was a stain on Duran's character.
Roberto Duran, after the No Mas fight, became a pariah. He was despised by most of his countrymen.
Even his own countrymen turned against him. The stink of No Mas still hung over Duran when he challenged the unbeaten WBA 154 champion, Davey Moore.
Davey Moore?
Davey Moore.
Yeah.
To come back after the No Mas and everybody was like, he's on his way out, and then do what he did. It just, that right there was inspiration for me. Like, man.
She's like the wind.
It was less of a fight and more of a therapeutic release for Duran.
Whoa, look at him. Oh my God, look at him. He is beating up badly.
Wow, what a riot. Look at it. Wow, look at this. All hell broke loose.
Wow.
All the anger of No Mas was unleashed on the unsuspecting champion, Davey Moore. The spectacular win put Duran back in the limelight. This prompted the Marvelous One to give Duran a title shot.
You can hear this crowd very much, apparently, in the corner of Roberto Duran.
Be prepared for a flash knockdown.
First round. Listen to this crowd. The crowd is absolutely electric.
A fight no one gave Duran any chance in.
Hagler scoring more effectively there. That was a good left hand to the body, and there's a good right hand by Duran.
Duran was well out of his natural weight class and was now wading into some serious deep water against the far bigger Marvin Hagler.
That time was Hagler with a counter punch, comes back with a right hand.
Hagler was an action fighter who never ran from back and forth exchanges.
And there was a left hand. Duran says, no, I'm not hurt. It's
For the substantially smaller Duran to go the distance with this beast during the height of his reign was simply remarkable.
If you want an editorial on this fight,
what's your response?
Let the crowd give it to you.
They're the winner by unanimous decision, and still,
The strong showing in the Hagler fight prompted another big day for Duran against Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Duran had never been knocked out.
He has returned as
Yeah, you got these two gunslingers coming out, you know, Clint Eastwood. You're gonna have a shootout. You're just gonna have a shootout.
Round one then, Roberto Duran.
You remember the old westerns, the gunslingers? You know, that was Clint Eastwood with that music. Can you do that music for me?
Hearns was 25 and in his prime. Duran was 33 and well over his natural weight class.
Against Roberto Duran when you knocked him spark out.
That's gotta be it! That's gotta be it in the second, and Hearns has done what he said he'd do.
Duran's a guy who had never been knocked out.
But now, one round, all those people that doubted him, that doubted his charisma, and doubted his fighting ability, by stopping one of the toughest fighters the game has ever seen in the second round. But his punching was explosive.
And the Hitman did what he's become famous for.
The knockout seemed like the end. Sidebar. I've got a pretty sick documentary on Tommy here on this very YouTube channel you're watching. Subscribe and click the bell.
How is this gonna
At
end?
age 38, Duran took a fight against the WBC middleweight champion, the Blade, Iran Barkley. Barkley had just demolished Tommy
Watch him.
Hearns.
I don't recognize him. Okay. Oh, he did that
You
too.
know, Al, there's a saying in boxing, a fighter can look like he's in great condition. All of a sudden, he walks up the stairs, the bell rings, and he doesn't have it anymore. That's happened to Roberto Duran like 3 times. This is going to be some test for a 37-year-old guy against a tough guy like Iran Barkley.
Many suspected this fight would be the final nail in the coffin of Duran's career. It appeared his glory days were long gone.
There is the Blade. He beat Tommy Hearns for the crown. Now he says he's
My
going
dad
to
is from Iran.
beat another legend to keep it.
To Roberto Duran, Hands of Stone.
Señores y señoras, los manos de piedras.
And everybody pumped up to see that man, Roberto Duran, try and win his 4th title, and to see if Iran, the Blade Barkley, can defend his WBC crown the first time. And
It was a back-and-forth war.
oh, big right hand staggers Barkley. He's hurt.
He is hurt.
A big right hand by Roberto Duran brings most of this crowd to its feet.
The crowd erupted into a frenzy with every swing of momentum.
Body shots again by Barkley.
Nice movement.
Overhand right with the left hook gets there by Duran, and a right hand by Roberto. These Roberto Duran fans, they're never say die, people. Barkley pushing him off. Oh my. Combination combinations on the inside. Right hand again, and Barkley wobbled a little bit then.
Duran absorbed everything the champ had. Seemingly impervious to pain, Duran's greatness carried him through Barkley's onslaught.
Big right hand by Barkley, and it did not phase Roberto Duran. And it was followed by an excellent uppercut. Duran's going nowhere, and now Duran countering well. This may be the most punches Duran has thrown in a fight in years.
Al, I just can't believe it. This is the same guy who won the lightweight championship for the world in 1972. Good left hook by Roberto Duran.
Duran still responds. They stare at each other after the 7th round.
Despite the heroic effort from Duran, it appeared Barkley was just too young and too much for the aging legend, Hands of Stone.
When they say how are you, he's like good. That means he has more to give.
When Barkley was pressing for the knockout, Hands of Stone exploded into a furious combination.
Hold on now.
Another big right hand by Duran.
Barkley's in trouble. He's hurt.
Oh my God! I didn't know.
First knockdown of the fight.
The knockdown shook the convention center.
Why did he do like that? He was talking like he was about to lose. I was like, oh no, Roberto. Got him.
As the fight ended, the cards were tight, but Duran's statement finish positioned him for history.
Come on now. Give him the W. There you go, man.
Tommy Kazmarek scores it 116 to 112 for the winner, and
He was once again world champion. The crowd erupted into a frenzy.
So he was, and still is, he's the most famous Panamanian today.
I see.
He's still the hero of the Latino boxing community. Didn't matter, he's Panamanian, they can Mexican, and Puerto Rican.
he's out. Oh, look out. He's out. They should have the referee.
Roberto Duran continued fighting for many more years, ultimately finishing with a record of 103 wins, 16 defeats, and 70 knockouts.
Come on. What kind of numbers are that?
Considered by many to be the greatest lightweight ever.
Pound for pound, the best fight of the last 2 decades.
The man who intimidates opponents with those angry eyes.
Roberto Duran.
Come on, he's gone. Finito. Adios.
Hands of Stone.
Nobody brings it
Sheesh.
home like Joe Vincent. Nobody.
Nobody. Nah, this was a good one. I think that he could have been, it's crazy to say, but he could have been better than what he ended up being. But, you know, I don't know if I'm going to say that, but with, you know, when they said those years of partying and eating bad and everything, I mean, he lived the life that he wanted, that he chose. So who am I to say that? So I take that back, actually. This was his life, his journey, and what a journey though. And I'm happy that it ended like this. I mean, they showed like when he became champion again of the world. I was gonna say of the mundo, but he did his thing. So I respect that you're living your life the way you want it to. And life is not just, the perfect route for most of us. So, well, what a fighter, though. But they also showed, like they said, the eyes, the toughness, stuff. But you can tell he was a good person. Cared for people. Showed it to his opponents over and over. I respect that a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. I see now you guys said Roberto Duran all the time. I see why. Appreciate you guys watching though. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And hopefully I'll see you guys in another video. Adios. Ciao.